A very good evening to everyone. Welcome to the live Q&A session on TCS NQT and TCS Iron Job Listing platform. We will have the live session for 1 hour. This Q&A session is exclusively for candidates where a speaker will answer all your queries. You can post your questions with your name and institute name in the comment section of Facebook page. All the participants will be on mute. Today we have Mr. Manivannan Ranganathan, who is the Program Director for TCS NQT. He is currently driving the TCS National Qualified Test Initiative for TCS ION business unit and has rich experience in IT sector with more than 28 years of work experience, out of which the last 24 years are with TCS. He played a key role in setting up the automation platform for 100 plus educational institutions across India. Mani has also handled delivery, client relationship management and business development for many TCS insurance clients in US and India. Now, before we begin the Q&A, would request Mani to give an overview about TCS NQT and TCS Iron job listing platform. Over to you, Mani.
Thank you, Himshubra. A very warm good evening to all of the students who are part of this Facebook live session. I will talk maybe about for 5 minutes or so in terms of what TCS NQT is, and some of this that I'm going to share today are based on some of the questions that have come from different students through our help desk chat, help desk platform. And I thought I will come live today to clarify some of those questions and also take questions on the live session itself today. TCS National Qualifier Test, as you may know, is a multi-level assessment that assesses candidates on their cognitive skills, their industry awareness, their psychometric profile, and deep expertise in certain specialized subjects. Right? There have been a lot of questions in terms of this industry and subject. Right? So these are areas where you want to make a career in. For example, if you're interested in a banking career, you could take a banking national qualifier test, banking NQT, right? And if you're interested in an IT, you can take information technology NQT, right? So depending on which industry or segment that you're wanting to make a career in, you can write that relevant NQT so that you're able to get a score to showcase your ability in that area. Subject NQT is little more depth in terms of the topic itself. If I take, say, programming or accounting or mutual fund investment or an insurance agent or an actuary, sales executive, cloud computing, it could be any of these topics, right? Where you feel that you have certain skills or you have undergone some course and you've built that knowledge in you and you want to get a certificate, get a score to certify that knowledge in you, right? So that is when you take up this subject NQTs to say that you've got a deep expertise in that area, right? And psychometric profile, as you know, talks about certain abilities and certain attributes and traits of your personality itself for the job that you're interested in. So this pretty much makes NQT, and none of this curriculum for this actually comes from an engineering degree or a commerce degree or an arts degree or science. So this is actually coming from 10th, 12th kind of knowledge that one would have, right? While your engineering degree focuses on things that are relevant to your degree that you're studying, National Qualified Test as such focuses on things that are industry relevant and the kind of cognitive skills that are looked after by the corporates, right? As part of the variants, right? Certain variants have been designed and have been made live as of now. We made a couple of variants in October. We added few more variants in February session, right? And we are planning to do this TCS NQT every 3 months, which means that the next one is slated for May. and we will see lot more variance that time. Right? So this is the general approach that we're taking. And there were a lot of questions related to what do I do after I write NQT? I get a score. What do I do? Right? TCS and many other corporates, close to about 80 plus as of today, have agreed to hire candidates based on their NQT scores, which means that once you write the test and get a score, you can go to our job listing platform, which is part of your profile. Once you log into your digital hub account, right, you will see a link to apply for jobs. And we have been sending a lot of email communications as well in the last month or so, where you can apply for jobs based on jobs posted by these corporates. So what next after NQT? Log in, look for jobs that are impressed you, and apply for those. This is one model. Second model, many of these corporates also are accepting NQT certified candidates directly on their portal. TCS, for example, is hiring based on NQT score. Hence, you can go and apply to a TCS job as and when they put up a drive. Right? There are a lot of questions related to TCS and TCS NQT. Right? I just want to make sure that I take a couple of minutes to clarify that. TCS NQT National Qualifier Test is an exam that is being done by TCS ION. So TCS ION is an exam conducting body that does the TCS NQT. Right? That is the TCS NQT part. Now TCS is an IT company that hires regularly for its talent acquisition needs. Right? For example, TCS did a bulk hiring in October last year. Right? That was predominantly for 2021 year of passing. Right? And a couple of weeks back, or about a month back, it did a drive for BSc hiring. Right? BSc students of 2021 year of passing. Right now, it is doing a drive for 2019 and 20 engineering graduates. Right? So there are a lot of such drives, such job events that TCS as a corporate does, and anyone with an NQT score can apply for this. TCS has made it mandatory that anyone wanting to have a job with TCS have to have NQT score, which is for engineering, cognitive NQT, and programming is mandatory. For BSc, only NQT is sufficient. Programming is not required for BSc graduates. Right? But the difference is TCS NQT being done by ION is an exam event, and TCS hiring is a corporate event. Right? As a company, it is hiring, which means that every time, every job event, every job drive they create, the eligibility criterion could be different. The target audience that they're asking for could be different. So you have to, as a candidate, watch out for. Once you complete NQT, you have to look out for companies like TCS and other companies as to what job drive they're doing. And based on the eligibility criterion set there, you can apply for it. Right? So you maybe wrote this exam in October. You're on 2019 pass out. Maybe you didn't have a choice to apply to TCS that time. But right now there is a drive going on, you can apply. So that is what it is, right? With that score, you can apply to a corporate as and when they open up a job application for you, right? That's how this works. I'll take one more minute before I start the Q&A part. TCS does two types of hiring, right? One is the fresher hiring, which is based on the upcoming graduate students, like a 2021 year of passing. It also does an off-campus drive, right? So which is for the graduated students who have already graduated in 2019-20. One such drive is going on now, where as a special edition of NQT, we are doing an exam only for TCS, where TCS is looking at engineering graduates with BE, BTech, ME, MTech, MSc, MCA, these 6 degrees of 2019-20 year of graduation to apply for TCS. Right? So as part of that application, we are running a special TCS NQT exam. Right? I talked about a February cycle, a May cycle, but we have created a special exam based on TCS needs, where we are going to do another exam on March 10th. Right now, the application process is going on. It is going to close by 27th February. Right. So, in case any of you are interested and are from a 2019-20 batch, you can write this exam. The paper is only for cognitive NQT and programming. Rest of the papers are not available for choice because, as I said, this is a special edition for TCS. Right? So I will stop here. I will take up some questions that would have come from you. And if towards the end there are a few more things that I want to address, I will address it at the end as well. Shubha, any questions have come from the students?
Yes, Mani, we have received couple of questions. But before I take up that, I would like to, first of all, like you to answer few questions which we have received or through our customer care or through email. So one of the questions is that I had written NQT and got the score as well. What should I do next?
As I told you, you have to apply for jobs that are available in the job listing portal, which you can access in the same place where you applied for TCS NQT. When you applied for TCS NQT, you went to the NQT page, you logged in either using your digital hub ID or using your social login. Log in using the same credentials. Then you'll have an option to look for jobs. Then apply for those jobs, and corporates will reach out to you in case you're eligible for the job that they're asking. So next step is to apply for a job.
Sure, Mani. The next question is, what is job listing portal and how do I use it?
Right. So job listing portal is a place where we have created for corporates and students to come together, like an Nokia, a Monster, if you'll be able to compare, where we are partnering with a lot of corporates. Some of the top corporates in India are part of this as well now, and they are registering themselves as a corporate and posting their jobs, right? And as a student, when you see these jobs, you can apply to those jobs, and whatever applications you are doing, these are visible to the corporates who have posted the jobs. Then they can shortlist from the list of applicants. Then they can schedule an audio or a video interview with you, select and go ahead. So the job listing portal is a place for students and corporates to come together so that your dream of getting a job is getting fulfilled through the platform.
Sure, Mani. The next question is this similar to IBPS exam?
Not sure how to answer the question. See, IBPS is a body that selects people for different banks in India, right? It's like a public sector way of hiring, right? If SBI or other nationalized banks want people, they are hiring through a common aggregator called this, right? IBPS, right? But what TCS Ion does is not like that. Right? TCS Ion is taking TCS National Qualifier Test as an exam to certify all of you. That is all my role is. As my role, I want to create more products that are going to help you to get a job, that are relevant for the job roles that are in demand in the market, so that as a candidate, you're able to prove yourself, or you're able to have some scores in terms of the abilities that you possess. That is where I stop. Then, in addition to that, we have also created a portal where you can go and apply for a job and get hired. So these are the only two things. Beyond this, I am not directly working with any of these companies to like what IBPS does is different in that sense, right? It is, they are actually hiring for the other banks, but I'm not doing that. Right? So I conduct an exam, then I make you go and apply to the corporate yourself, because you need to choose: are you interested in IT career, banking, insurance, manufacturing, pharma, and what type of role within this industries, right? It's a choice you have to make. Hence, that action is required from you.
Okay, Mani. One of the questions asked is, I recently gave interview at TCS last Saturday on basis of TCS NQT, which held in October. Still, I didn't get result about that interview. So do I have to give again TCS NQT exam for 2019 batch?
No, if you have already, in fact, this is something I should have clarified. If you have already attended an interview based on your October exam, TCS is evaluating your profile. If you are found fit, you will be selected. But if you apply again, TCS will not consider again. TCS has, if I remember right, about 6 months gap between applications, right? So if you have already applied, then they are looking at your profile. If you are found fit, they will hire you. If for some reason there is some gap in your ability versus TCS expectations, then they will let you know that maybe you're not selected this time. You would wait for 6 months before you apply again. Right? The second part of what I wanted to tell is that there are candidates who have returned February exam, and many of them, close to about 20,000 people I have seen, have applied for the March exam as well. And wherever the cognitive NQT and programming are taken by the candidates and the same candidate applies for a March, we will not allow them to sit in the March exam because we don't want them to take one more exam in the span of 20 days time. So they can possibly opt for the May exam, but anyone who has taken NQT cognitive and programming in February will not be allowed to write the March exam, even if the application allowed you. We were trying to bring that application live in a short time, because of which maybe we didn't put that restriction at the application stage itself. However, as a process, we will eliminate all those applications and you will not be invited for the exam. In case you have already returned cognitive and programming in February, you will not be allowed to write March.
Okay, Manisha. The next question is basically the students want to know what is TCS National Qualified Test and why should a fresher or job seeker need to take this test?
Yeah, it's a good question. Most often we find that freshers, typically in say tier 1, tier 2 cities or tier 1, tier 2 colleges, do have ample opportunities through campus recruitment, right? So companies can conduct tests and hire. Right? So there is a greater visibility, greater view of the corporates hiring and things like that, right? But when you look at rest of the freshers, there are lakhs and lakhs of people who graduate every year. But where is the reach for them? How do the corporates know that someone in a Thoothukudi is as good as someone in Chennai, or vice versa, right? So, how do the corporates pick up the best talent, irrespective of location, irrespective of the choice of the city or the college that they studied in, right? So that is the whole intent. We created this TCS National Qualifier Test so that anyone across India can register and write this test, get a score. Once you get a score, using that score as your strength, as your additional qualification, you can start applying for jobs. Now, when corporates are looking to hire, depending on what hiring policies the corporates might have, they may not be constrained based on location. They might look for candidates across India, the best candidates not necessarily from a particular city, right? So they might be very open to hiring across tier 1, 2, 3, 4 cities. So what TCS NQT does as a fresher for you is to increase your job opportunities. You might be trying on your own, but it increases multiple. It increases it gives you an opportunity to apply to multiple corporates, where with one test you can apply to, like I said today, around 80 plus corporates. When they start posting jobs, you can start applying to them. Now, how is it different from a Naukri or a Monster? Right? Maybe those portals also you go and apply. The difference is you are a pre-certified or a pre-qualified candidate, because you've written the exam, you got some score. To that extent, it's going to help the corporate pick the candidate much faster and much ease. So we are making this to be a win-win situation both for you as well as for the corporate, where you're able to get a job that you're looking for, and corporate is able to look at this pre-certified pool of candidates and pick the relevant or the best fit candidate from that pool. Hence, it will actually be a significant advantage for freshers to be part of this initiative, write the test, apply to this corporates and get a job.
Sure, Mani. Basically, the second part of this question is like, how do I register for this test?
Yeah, like I said, every 3 months we conduct a national qualifier test. So as and when the application is open, you can go and apply for it. Then you will get a hall ticket, write the exam. You can go to the center and write the exam. Just now we finished one February exam. The next exam will happen in May. However, as I said, for 2019-20 engineering graduates, there is a special drive going on in March. Otherwise, the NQT itself will be held every 3 months.
Right, Mani. So one of the specific questions the student has asked, like, I am a BCA graduate and opted for NQT October 2020 and got 80% in the cognitive. So what to do next?
Go and apply to job listing portal. This is the fourth time I'm telling you. So you just have to log into the digital hub, the same place where you went and registered your application. When you log in, you will see jobs there. You apply for those jobs. In case you do not see a job that you like, wait for some time. We are talking to more and more corporates, and you will see some jobs that are of interest to you.
A somewhat similar question, Mani, but the student is a 2018 pass out. He has given NQT in October, secured 55% marks. He wants to know, can I appear once again? Is there any recruitment for 2018 pass out? Or is there any scope that I can be recruited in TCS with the previous score in future?
TCS hiring is based on different drives they do, different eligibility criteria they set. Right? Today, for example, they're saying 2019-20. They're not selecting 2018 as part of this drive. So eligibility for each of the drives is decided by TCS and not by TCS NQT team. TCS NQT team is an exam conducting body. TCS is a corporate that opens up job applications for people like you to apply and get hired. That's one of the answers to what you asked for. Second part, yes, if you got 55%, there is absolutely chance for you to write the next NQT and get a better score. The next NQT for you will be opening up in May. So you can register again and get a better score.
Sure, Mani. Next one is basically, how will you be able to generalize a test industry-wise?
Yeah, good question. Before we decided on the structure, right, we actually reached out to at least 50 plus top corporates of India in terms of what is their hiring process, what do they test, right? There were unanimous agreement in terms of everyone tests on cognitive skills, right? Maybe the degree of testing could vary, but predominantly it is on numerical verbal reasoning. Each one of them have a certain role for you as a fresher in a corporate. Numerical, for example, is about your ability to understand data, right? Verbal ability to communicate, written and oral. Right? Reasoning, being able to understand the current situation, respond to it. Right? So all this have a certain bearing on how you start your career. Right? Cognitive test does not give you an expertise to play a role to perfection. Right? It's about do you as a student have the required basic ability to work in a corporate, right? Post that, whether you join TCS or ICICI Bank or Reliance, each of those companies will have role-specific training, and they will impart the training to you, and that is where you start your career. But each of these have a common factor, which is the cognitive part. So that is part of our design. The second aspect that came clearly is the psychometric part. Right? They said every role, there is a certain predominant trait they're looking for, depending on maybe it's a developer role, it's a front office clerk role, or a sales executive role, insurance agent role. Each of these roles have certain personality traits, right? So that is part of our design. And they also said that it will be good. We do a lot of basic awareness and subject level training to candidates after they join. In case some of the candidates have the skills before they join us, it's an advantage to us. Hence, we thought this will create a differentiating factor for the students compared to 100 people who are trying for a job versus a student who has a certain set of NQT scores in an IT industry with, say, cloud computing or data science, for example, they're likely to be better off in terms of getting a job than someone who does not have this. The reason is industry acknowledges these skills. Hence, we thought we will create a 4-tier structure, a cognitive testing, psychometric testing, industry awareness testing, and deep specialization on select subjects. These 4 areas are very relevant to the industry, and this is based on our research and discussion with corporates. So this is something that is a common factor across industries. Right? This does not change drastically between, say, an IT industry or a manufacturing industry or a pharma industry. Everyone is testing on a similar lines today, and hence we thought this can be a common test that can apply to all industries.
Right, Mani. Now this question is more specific to the variants. Like which are the variants I can choose from, and is it mandatory to choose all the variants?
Absolutely not. You have to look at what is important for you, what is the kind of career you're interested in. Certain things, I would say, NQT cognitive, right, which focuses on numerical verbal reasoning, is mandatory. As I told you, every corporate needs it. So hence, that is one of the tests that you should definitely subscribe to. All other tests are additional. For example, as I said, if I were you, I'll take up psychometric profiling, which is the attitudinal alignment test, because most corporates want it. If I'm interested in an IT career, I will definitely take programming. If I'm interested in a job that has some basic computer usage, I'll take the basic computer skills. If I'm an accountant, if I'm looking for an accountant role, I'll take the accountant. So it is depending on what your interest is. Pick only those that you feel will make sense. If you go through the hyperlinks on these products, right, there is detail in terms of who is this meant for, what does this test cover, who is it meant for. It's all part of the product description itself. On the product page, when you go and see a product, an accountant product or a programming product, there will be something called learn more or know more. When you click that, it will show you details in terms of what is covered in this test and who is it meant for. Right? So you have to go through that. See, if you're looking for a job, don't expect it to come on a platter to you. You have to do some work, do some research, and even for you to get better at, for example, if you're talking about a banking career, if you're just fresh out of the college, you will not do well in a banking NQT, right? Or if you're interested in an IT career and you don't know anything about programming, you won't take a programming test. You may not do well, which means that once you figure out a career of your choice, you have to do additional learning. This is whatever I am doing is only testing of your knowledge. I'm not increasing your knowledge, right? You have to understand that, right? You have to look at additional learning that you can do in each of these areas, right? There is a classroom learning you can get into. There is a online learning you can get into. But find a way to improve your knowledge. With that improved knowledge, you come and take this test. You are much likely to get a better score, and with that better score, much likely to get a job. So unless you put effort at your end, jobs will not be easy to come. You have to prepare, do well, then apply for job.
Sure, Mani. The next question is there any cutoff score or percentage to pass the TCS NQT?
Again, good question. We do not classify someone as a pass or a fail. The primary reason being, whatever we call as a cutoff or a percentage will vary from corporate to corporate, from job role to job role. Same corporate might use a certain higher score for a certain job role, certain lower score for a lower job or some other job role. So we do not classify someone as a pass or a fail. We only give them the score. When they apply to a corporate with the job, the corporate decides. Maybe some corporate might say 50% above is what I'm looking for. Some corporate might say 70% above is what I'm looking for. It's up to the corporate to put eligibility rules on score as well as at a job level. Like I said, maybe 50% above is the eligibility, But for a developer role, they might say I need 80%. For a data entry operator, I'm okay with 60%. So all this is dependent on the corporate and the specific job role you're applying for. Hence, you do not give a pass-fail as an output. It is more of a score based on your performance.
Right, Mani. How long will my score be valid, and can I take another attempt to improve my NQT score? I think the second part you have already answered.
That's correct. Yes, the score itself is valid for 2 years after you take the exam, and you can improve your score every quarter if you are interested.
Specific to this special edition of TCS NQT for TCS hiring, one of the questions is that this is for the graduates of 2019 and 2020, and how do the students register for it?
Yeah, that is correct. This is a special drive for TCS hiring for engineering graduates of 2019 and 20. And if the students go to the TCS NQT page, there is a link there to apply. And like I said, the application is in progress now. It will close in the next 2 days or next 3 days maybe. Yeah.
Sure, Mani. The next question, I think it's more specific to TCS, but I can just speak out if we can answer it. In the track application section of TCS Next Step portal, earlier it was showing badged, and but from 22nd Feb when I checked it, not showing badged anymore. Kindly help me whether my interview will be scheduled. So
I do not have any clue about this. You have to reach out to the contact ID given in the TCS portal so that they can answer it for you. I just want to make sure that this distinction is clear, because many a times I see this, maybe because it's TCS is the common factor in both. There is a lot of confusion in your mind as a candidate or as a student. TCS is a corporate that hires. You have to go by what TCS as a corporate says. I do not influence it. I cannot control it. I will not be able to answer. And to help you get a job, we are doing a TCS NQT as a job qualification exam. There, I am not restricted based on degree. I said any degree can apply. I am not restricted based on year of graduation. Maybe I said 2018 to 21-22 pass out also can apply, right? I'm not restricting based on region. I'm not restricting anything. I'm saying if you're a graduate, you appear in this exam, get a score and get a job. So one is TCS NQT is an exam conducting body. I can help you with planning the product, conducting the exam, giving you a score. I can help you where I've created a job listing portal where you can go and apply for a job, right? This is the role that TCS NQT as a team plays. Now, TCS as a company does a lot of hiring, creates a lot of job drives. Each drive will have its own eligibility criterion. Read those details very carefully. They also take a lot of pain to create maybe a one page on all the details, put tons of FAQs. So you just have to spend some time. All of your graduates, I am sure you'll have to go through that to understand. And many times, in fact, even on our product page, we have created 25 plus questions. I don't even know if you're going through all of them. You should go through that. See, if you're actually interested or if you're serious about a career, spending half an hour to understand what is this exam, what are the related questions and answers, it's important for you to spend some time on. And we take a lot of effort to create these questions for you, and we actually think on your behalf and say what could be the question that you will have and what is the answer I should give. So we think on your behalf and create these FAQs. So even today there are 25 plus FAQs on the product page, and most of the things you're asking for today are answered there. So I would suggest that spend time going through the FAQs on the TCS NQT page and on the TCS job application page. You'll get a lot of answers. And if you still don't get an answer, write to the help desk IDs.
right, Mani. So one of the questions is he's asking on behalf of his friend that my friend has appeared for test and got 70+% and asked for uploading CV, but his interview is not yet scheduled. It has been more than 15 days from when he uploaded CV.
This is in the if it is in the TCS job listing portal, you have to go and ask TCS. See again, this is in case it is still not clear, I'll repeat. TCS has its own job application portal. Whatever I am calling as job portal is different, and TCS is not part of that yet, right? TCS has its own way of selecting candidates, right? In terms of the only prerequisite they made is that someone should be NQT certified. So as long as you're having an NQT score, you can go and apply for a teacher's job. That is I think it is the next step portal, right? So there is they call it as an NCP, so which is basically the job hiring portal of TCS, right? And outside TCS, we are talking to, as I said, a lot of corporates, and as of date, 80 plus companies have agreed to hire based on this. We have brought them together. We have brought them on a common platform, and that is a job listing portal where you can go and hire, go and apply, which means that as a candidate, if you're interested in a TCS job, go and apply to TCS portal. If you're interested in a job outside TCS, you can go on to the TCS ION job listing portal, which is part of the digital hub login, which you use for application creation.
Right, Mani. The next question is from one of the candidates that I am in my final year and I do not have few backlogs. I do have few backlogs. Am I eligible to apply?
Again, I do not restrict from a exam application perspective. Yes, you can apply for TCS NQT and write it. However, if you are applying to TCS or ICICI Bank or Ashok Leyland or L&T, they will tell you whether arrears is okay or not. I am not going to tell you because I don't restrict. Exam wise, I don't restrict. Job wise, they may or may not restrict. It's up to them.
Right, Mani. Now, like some questions are similar, like this candidates have appeared for the TCS NQT Feb 2021 exam and October 2020 exam. So they want to know that they register again for the TCS NQT March 2021 exam, or do they need to register again for the same?
If they've registered in October and have good score, using that they can apply for this March drive. They do not have to write again. TCS will consider your score, whether that score is taken from October or February or March, doesn't matter. Let us say I am a 2019 graduate, right? Whether I took the exam in October 2020 or wrote this exam in February 2021, or I'm going to take this exam in March 2021, it does not matter to TCS. They will consider all three combinations, right? It does not matter when I wrote the exam, as long as I have a score. Now, let us say I am from a 2019 batch. I wrote my exam in October. I did not score well. Now, maybe with that score, if I believe that TCS may not hire me, then I can always opt for an exam in March. Because my score is not good, I want to improve. With that improved score, I want to apply for TCS. Yes, you can do that. However, if I'm a 2019 graduate where I wrote my exam in February, can I write in March again? Answer is no. If you have written an exam in February, you cannot write again in March. You want to improve your score. Let's say in February you got 10%. And you say, no, I want to write again in March and improve. I will not allow you because the difference is very small. The exam for February got over on 20th. And this is March. And in 20 days, you cannot get another attempt. However, if you have taken the exam earlier in October and you want to improve your score in March, that is okay. And for people who have scored less in February, your next opportunity will come only in May. However, I'm repeating, with October score or February score or March score, you can apply for TCS, the special edition. Another mention I will tell you, I think this is something you should talk to your friends as well because there is still a lot of gap. When you apply for TCS NQT March exam, it is an exam application, TCS NQT exam application. That is not job application. So TCS will not call you for interview. So you have applied on this side for the exam. Now you have to go and apply for a job as well on the TCS portal. Only then TCS will call you for an interview. While NQT score is prerequisite, unless you apply for a job, you will not be called. Where do I go and apply for a job? In the TCS job portal. Go to internet and search for TCS March 2021 hiring. You will see some links. and those are in the TCS as a corporate to hire. Unless you apply for a job there, you will not be called for an interview. Merely taking the exam. So let's talk about it for another minute, right? I registered for the March exam. TCS Ion team sent me a hall ticket. I went and wrote the exam as well on March 10. I scored 95%. But if you do not bother to go and apply for a job in the TCS job portal, I will not be called for an interview. As simple as that. It does not matter whether you applied, whether you appeared, you got a good score. Unless you go and apply for a job in TCS job portal, you will not be called for an interview. Many candidates, in fact, as we speak today, there are close to 1.2 lakh candidates who applied for the TCS NQT exam. Only about 40,000 have applied in the job portal, which means that about 80,000 have not completed the second step, which is going and registering to the TCS job portal as well. So you have to talk to your friends. That is, in fact, one of the reasons I wanted to have this call today, to make this very clear to all of you that one is an exam application, another is a job application. Just because it's TCS, I don't share your application data to TCS, right? I actually conduct the exam, and only when TCS tells me that these are the candidates who applied for me for a job, I share the score. So unless you go and apply for a job in TCS, you will not get selected in TCS. Mere appearance of the exam in March will not guarantee a job. You have to go and apply. Then, based on your performance, you might get shortlisted, you will be called for an interview and get selected. That is the sequence of events. So make sure that you complete both exam application and job application. Talk to your friends.
Right, Mani. The candidates want to know when will the TCS NQT score be out?
By March 3rd or 4th, the scores for February exam will be out.
One of the candidates want to know, is the second NQT held few days back helpful for third year students as well?
See, if you're actually a third year student, you are not ready for a job yet, right? You can use these exams to practice, to get an awareness in terms of how to prepare for the exam, how to face the exam, so that when you actually take the exam next year as a final year graduate, right, you are more prepared for it, right? So yeah, I'm not stopping you from taking the exam, but I do not know whether the corporates will hire. For example, if someone is a 2022 pass out, I don't know whether a corporate will hire now. They might actually do hiring somewhere in August 2021 maybe. So most corporates that hired last year have looked at 2021 pass out, right? And if you're a third year, your year of passing is 2022, which means that most likely you'll get an opportunity to apply for a job in August, September of this year, 2021.
Sure, Mani. The next question is, I have already appeared for NQT cognitive test in Feb 2021, but I have not written subject IT programming so far. So what should I do now?
Yeah, so if you did not write the February programming part, you will be allowed to write only the programming part, which means that, in fact, it applies to the other way also. One exclusion is if you have written both, you will not be allowed. That is clear. In case you wrote only cognitive NQT and did not write programming, or only wrote programming, did not write cognitive NQT, then you will be allowed to write the paper that you did not write. You will still not be allowed to write both. You will be allowed to write what you did not write in February.
Sure. The next one is will TCS Ion share my score with all the companies to help me get a job? And will TCS Ion arrange job interviews for me?
Like I said, the score is your personal information. We will not share the score with any corporate unless you apply to a corporate. We do not want corporate to bombard you with their marketing mails. So what we do is we created a place for both of you to interact, where you go as a job seeker, corporate comes as a job provider. They'll post the open jobs there. You go and search for the jobs that are interesting to you, and you apply. Once you apply, then the corporate can see your score. So we do not share the scores of all the candidates to all the corporates so that they can do something with you. That is not the model. It is primarily considering your privacy, your preference in mind, and making sure that the portal gives you a place for you to pick the industry, pick the job role, and then apply based on that. And as far as our commitment to job goes, it is at the job portal level. We have created a job portal for you, which is the job listing portal I spoke about. This is not the TCS portal I'm talking about. This is the TCS ION job listing portal, which you get it when you're going to the same place where you created your application. When you wrote the exam or when you applied for the NQT, TCS NQT exam, we went into a link called TCS National Qualifier Test, learning hub.tcsm.com/national qualifier test, right? So that link, if you log in using your social login or using your digital hub ID, there is a place for you to apply for a job as well. That is the only way you can get a job. Beyond that, I am not having any other mechanism to get you a job or arrange interviews. So you have to take action at your end. Only then you can move forward.
Sure, Mani. The next one is like my details in the application form is incorrect. How do I correct it?
So first of all, if you're a graduate and serious about applying for an exam and then applying for a job, why will you make careless mistakes? So first thing is you have to realize that you're all professionals. You cannot make careless mistakes, whether it is in the name or year of passing or your 10th registration number. Review once. Why will you make a mistake, right? So first thing is that, right? And you can write to help desk ID, and depending on the time available, they may or may not do it. But as I said, we do not want to encourage this practice where I will fill whatever I want and then keep asking for correction. You have to be held accountable to your action. So review the application once correctly before you submit. And there were many cases even in February exam where candidates, in fact, one of the candidates filled the name as Kerala State. That's the name of the candidate, Kerala State, right? He actually brings a hall ticket with that Kerala State name and then wants to write the exam. We said we cannot allow you, because if you can't even fill your name correctly, maybe you do not deserve a TCS NQT exam to be conducted for you. There has to be seriousness in applying. So make sure that your personal, see, whatever you're asking, you tell me what is complex in that application. You're asking for your name, your email ID, your mobile number, the college where you studied, and year of graduation, and what center you want to write the exam. How can this go wrong? So as a practice, we do not want to encourage data correction. So if you made a mistake, you just have to leave up to it. There is nothing we can do. You'll have to write the exam next time with correct details.
Just the second part of it is like, can I change the variant which I have applied?
As far as February exam is concerned, application process is over, exam is over, right? And for March exam, we are not giving the choice to the candidate because this is a special drive for TCS. TCS is mandating cognitive NQT and programming, and those are by default registered for all. In fact, this is again another clarification. If someone has written NQT cognitive in February, when they register in March, it will show as if both are selected. However, we will compare both February application and March application, and knowing that you as a candidate has taken NQT cognitive in February, we will not allow you to write NQT cognitive again in March. We'll be allowed to write only programming. Though the application had both. So due to lack of time, we could not put those validation in place. But depending on what you've written in February, the remaining paper alone will be allowed for you in March. So as far as March application is concerned, there is nothing like a change. There is no option to change because there is only 2 that is mandatory. When it comes to May, yes, there will be variants, and in case you did not select the right variant, before the application process is over, you can go and edit it. But again, as I said, why will you make a mistake? As I said, you have to think through, right? What kind of career you're interested in. Choose those relevant industry NQTs and relevant subject NQTs. Talk to your friends. When we have a lot of groups or a lot of other areas, talk to your friends in terms of what are the products that they have chosen, why they have chosen that, and what job roles are available for such skills. Do some research, then come and fill up the application form.
Sure, Mani. I think for the March exam, some similar questions are coming up that can they register now in NQT's exam? Are the registrations still open for the next NQT to be held in the month of March? Can we apply now?
Yes, if you are a BE, BTech, ME, MTech, MSc, MCA graduate of 2019-20, you can apply. If, again, you have not written NQT and programming in February. Application process is open till 27th February.
The next question is, I am not able to log in with my registration ID, which I have used to appear for NQT in October. Can I register a new application now, or is there a forgot password option?
See, when you, okay, because this is a special drive, maybe you will have to register again. So you can create a new NQT ID because this is a special drive.
Sure, Mani. I was not able to download the admit card from the link that was sent to my email. Is there any other option to view or download my admit card?
Good question. As part of the exam pre-planning activities, we do send mailers to students in terms of the process to download the hall ticket. There were times you have sent the link, but there were some challenges faced by some of the students as well. Hence, we created an alternate mechanism where if you go for the short URL, right, which is iur.ls/NQT login, which we have sent as part of our email communication as well. That link takes you to a page where you can put your NQT ID and mobile number as your password, user ID as your NQT ID, and mobile number as your password. Then it will take you to a form where there is a tab for hall ticket download. So you can download the respective hall tickets in case there are multiple. For example, in February we had multiple papers. So some students were taking some exam on day 1 and some exams on day 3. So there were multiple hall tickets. So you have to look for the relevant hall ticket in case you applied for multiple jobs and make sure that, multiple product variants, make sure that all the hall tickets are downloaded and not just one, right? However, for this March exam, there will be only one hall ticket. You don't have to appear, even if you're writing cognitive, NQT cognitive and programming, that will be in a single shift of 3 hours, 2 hours for cognitive and 1 hour for programming. So in one sitting, both exams will be complete in March. You do not have to appear in 2 separate shifts. Whether you're applying for only NQT cognitive or programming or both, all of them will be done in a single shift. Based on the number of candidates, some might be called in the morning shift, some might be called in the afternoon shift.
Right, Mani. I think many candidates are very much interested in joining TCS or being. So a couple of questions similar to that, like they want to know, is there a minimum percentage required in NQT to be hired in TCS?
No idea. It is a question that you have to ask TCS as a company. I am an exam conducting body. I do not know the rules of TCS hiring policy.
Right, Mani. I think all of the questions have been answered. The last one is some candidates are facing issues like they have mailed many times on the email provided and the help desk number, but they are yet to get the reply. So it's been more than 4 to 5 days. So they want to know that is the minimum time they can get a revert from the help desk for any queries. If they may
Again,
have.
I do not know what sort of questions are these. Maybe if supposing these candidates are writing about TCS job related processes, this TCS NQT help desk will not solve. So you have to look at, is this an exam related question or a job related question? If it's an exam related question, write to TCS NQT help desk ID. If it's a job related question, look at the application page or a job portal page of TCS and find out what is the help desk process they have, whether they give a calling number, whether they give an email ID to write to you, to write to them. So follow that process. That is if it is job related. So most of them you will quickly get a reward if it is exam related. And again, as I said, if it is about I want to change my name, I want to change my 10 certificate number and all that, we will not encourage, because that is something you should have taken care at the time of application. Personal details change, we will not encourage, and job related change, we will not encourage. That you have to go to the respective company's portal. And many of the other things, you go through the FAQ. All of you are writing a question to us as part of help desk. Have you gone through the FAQ? Go through that. If you're waiting for 5 days for an answer, I would say that spend 15 minutes going through the FAQs. Maybe the answer you're looking for is already there. So that's what my advice would be.
Right, Mani, I think all the questions have been answered and we have covered those questions as well, which have come or through the customer care. So I would like to thank you for addressing this live session, and I would like to thank all the participants and hope this session would have been helpful to them, and wishing all of them all the very best for the upcoming exam.
Thank you, Hemshubra. Thank you, all of you on the live session today. I wish you all the best for the March exam. Thank you. Bye.